Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The first carry now. This is Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Rosen hands off to Johnson, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rosen to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Screen play, Johnson. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. To throw, Rivers. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's caught, Smith. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Lions' 15-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Rosen. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rosen will throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
And what's the ball? Check 13. Check 13. Check. 80.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Right back to him on 1st down. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line.
Black 11!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one too.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Stay there. Stay there. 180. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, able to get there and pick it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The carry here for the big tight end. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Rivers on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 8-3. Watch the screen. Pass. 2.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2nd down and goal. Rivers. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Check for the 3. You must be dreaming.
They'll look to throw on 1st down to Josh Rosen. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Let's go.
And now it's Rosen looking. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check the corner.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Looking downfield for Jones. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones in the final seconds of the 1st half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin that.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. From the gun, Rivers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up, because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had them pinned on the 2. Not anymore.
Rush in, rush in. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rosen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now it's Rosen. Looking downfield for Jones. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Rivers. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. The Vikings send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top for the... And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
It's caught inside the 25. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
And this one complete to Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On second and goal, Rivers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. It's third down and goal at the 3-yard line.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet.
Let's get off the field.
Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. It's 4th down and goal.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now Rosen on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check. Monday.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And an alley to run. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing again. Rivers. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
The Vikings on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be third and a mile.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
To throw, Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Here's Rosen to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Hey, I'm coming after you. Check 15.
To throw again. Rivers. Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the gun, a run for Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brent, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Good.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers to get...
They've got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Rivers now to throw on first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's see what you got.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Rosen on the keeper.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't